I've left out a number of them, and I'm a little bit stressed over it, you know. But
relax, mate. It's all right.
Anyway, we're going to stay here. I think the 8 each way is going to be good value. 8, 3, 7, and 9, mate.
Yeah, well done. Thanks, Larry. So there it is, 8, 3, 7, and 9, and a very tough race. But if in fact Larry can get those in order, there'll be a nice prize there at the end of it all. Thanks, Rodney.
Good on you, Nick, and best of luck to the many legions of Larry Olsen supporters. Having a good day so far, and this is the big one coming up from the Sunshine Coast. Correct weight Launceston, 2, 1 and 9, Murphy's Magic. Over Final Mist and Rolani, trifecta $130.10. Our next event coming up from Canberra, and here are the ratings for the 7th event. For Night Thunder is a rating special, over 10 French Jazz, 13 Porteous and 6 Wally. For a special, over 10, 13 and 6. Bedford 57, Credit Wise 25, Night Thunder 760, Troy's Luck at 30, Wally. Matthew Carl's already ridden a winner today, 390. Set Action 10, Zolia at 20. Over to number 9. For the next event from Canberra is Cantalina at 16, French Jazz 780, Pert Star 12, Porteous $5. 14 is at $32, Trangaraggi Bell, Cruising Star at 18, Frankly Speaking is a scratching. Likewise, Tamale, the maiden plate over 1400, due in 9 from now. Up they come for the Sunshine Coast 2-year-old Classic. Sheer Devotion 520, placed at 2 out of its last 3 at Sandown. Now Coolietti comes forward. The Sheer Devotion's a winner at Eagle Farm 2 runs ago. Down the track, a last start 7th at Eagle Farm in the event won by General Minolta. The main ones as they move forward for the Classic. Sheer Devotion, the favourite, 520, 3 Canadian Courting, a Doomben winner last week. Prior to that, placings at the Sunshine Coast and Doomben. 9 Coolietti, placed its last 2 at Eagle Farm at Ipswich, $6.10, and 8 Booking, $8.90. A Gold Coast winner 2 starts ago, coming off a last start 5th in the event won by No Stops at Ipswich. Canadian Courting is now the favourite, 3 over 2, 9 and 8. Here's Paul for the big one at the Sunshine Coast.
The field of 17 have all been loaded away over there at the 1300 metre start for the final feature of the carnival here, the Reed Property Group 2-year-old Classic, 1300 metres. Lights are on. Racing in the Reed Property Group. Aquatic Drive out wide began well, so too did Lady Lunchtime, and going fast is Canadian Courting. Fascinations as well, on settling down, and Lady Lunchtime pressing on, goes to the lead from Fascinations. Canadian Courting balances up third, followed there by Glennie Gell. Then came Panola, who's going to 5th, and Booking is running 6th. Then came Goldrow, followed by Derby. Well back is Patria, in company there with Rulancer. Getting well back midfield, but a little bit deep was Monaco Miss, followed then by Coolietti. Theatre Goer's got a long way back in the field as they come down the side, followed by Los Gatos. Sheer Devotion back third last. Our Excess is second to last as they come down the side, and dropping out to the rear now was Aquatic Drive. They've got 600 metres to go, approaching the home turn, and the front runner is Lady Lunchtime. Coming up gamely is Fascinations to second placing. Panola's out wide. Just behind them came Canadian Courting, followed there by Glennie Gall, and Booking is going nearer to the inside. Goldrow has dropped out. It's a broken down at the home turn. They're in the straight, and here's Canadian Courting dashing to the lead. Out wide here, Sheer Devotion from the tail of the field is zooming home. Sheer Devotion descended upon them with 150 to go. Sheer Devotion got away now from Canadian Courting. They're followed by Panola, battling on well, but it's a hometown win. Sheer Devotion came away, won brilliantly. Panola second, Canadian Courting third. I think Patria fourth in front of Coolietti and Monaco Miss, then Derby, followed by Rulencia, and further back then we had Booking, Our Excess, Fascinations. Then came Glennie Gell. A long way back was Aquatic Drive, in company was Theatre Goer. Lady Lunchtime led for home, but she dropped out to be one of the last, and unfortunately Goldrow has gone amiss coming up towards the home turn. Number 2, Sheer Devotion, yet another feature race winner here at the Sunshine Coast, to come from a mile back in the field. I distinctly recall mentioning her third last with 700 metres to go. Sheer Devotion, Chris Whiteley for Trevor Miller. Well, Chris is more or less a Gold Coast-based jockey, but when I said hometown victory, Trevor Miller is part and parcel of this place. They've been racing here for 16 years, and Trevor's been the leading trainer here on 12 occasions. And Sheer Devotion has raced away to win, and win easily. From Panola, number 4, Canadian Courting, number 3, And I thought that was Patria in the purple colours. Yeah, it'll get fourth by about a head margin. So you're looking for the first four at 2 Sheer Devotion, 4 Panola, 3 Canadian Courting, and the 17 will put a bit of value in that first four by running fourth.
So Sheer Devotion is successful. Chris Whiteley, it's a double for him. He took the first event on dual fuel. Sheer Devotion over 4 Panola, 3 Canadian Courting for third, 2, 4, 3, 17. The Quinella $41, trifecta $235, 2, 4, 3, and that first four in the New South Wales TAB will have for you very shortly. Next stakes aboard, and your caller is Robert Brandolini.
On the inside. Off this time. A magnificent line out as the gates crash back on the inside. El Lajana's showing speed, and there's Peggy Eileen with a wing on every foot, dashing across the face of the field in search of the premier position over El Lajana. Bush Express driving to third off the track, and wide was Favourite Princess, who's driving up with Yalakazan. A length and a half break back down on the inside was Obo from back at the tail. Cool Jet in company with Mukta's Reward. We'll have a look at them. No further than 4 lengths would cover the Lightning Benfield, and on the inside Peggy Eileen, a narrow lead from Favourite Princess. Here's the top weight, and the two favourites going hard and locked together inside the 400 of the big Papa Gum Tree. They burn two clear of El Lahan, who's been urged along. Out wider was Cool Jet with Mukta's Reward. Yalakazan dropping out. Lovedale at the tail with Obo. They head for home now in the West Lawn Finance Lightning Bender. And here's Favourite Princess moving up to Peggy Eileen. And El Lahan is bursting through. Favourite Princess gets to the lead. And Favourite Princess has got there the top weight to defeat El Lahan. Possibly Peggy Eileen just in advance of Obo for third and fourth respectively. Back in behind them then was Lovedale, who made up some ground in company with Cool Jet. Then came Bush Express, Yalakazan, and Mukta's Reward made up late ground over the concluding stages.
Favourite Princess, Ray Stokes for Kempsey trainer Julie Lynch, successful. Volcanic Prince Mare, 7-year-old, at 4.30, 160, over 6 El Lahan at $2.10, Matthew Paget, and 5 Peggy Eileen for third, Terry Treichel at $1.80, trifecta 74.20 and 58.43 was the time on the sixth event. And the feature coming up, race 8, the Retire Invest 2002 Bowraville Cup over the 1,370 metres, 11,000 in overall prize money, and the event Eastern Time at 4:35. Now Canberra, dead heat for third on the last between 2 and 6. Frontier, Grant Buckley at treble, 5.90, 2.30 over Russian Melody. Rathdangan, Star and Talkative dead heating for third. Quinella's Exactas and Trifectas on your screen, and the time on the last one, 9.70. Karate, $4, Highest Calibre 16. Heir to a Fortune, $6. Noble Captive at 5.90. Destino's Diamond 11. Long Vivid 5.70. Shamiana is at $7.80. Number 9 is out. Misty Stanza 87. Don't Miss at 49, and Measles is a scratchings. So the scratchings 9 and 12, and the event goes in around 7 minutes from now. Our last event and what has been a most successful 2 days of racing from the Sunshine Coast, due in 12, Scooters the top rate and 9, just over 10 and 6. The first four, 9, 10, 6 and 2, dividend to follow. Winners there, the first to 1, Chaupai Andrew Findlay, second to 8, Midori Gift Matthew Allen, third a double to Matt, 2 Darvel and Successful, Matt Allen, fourth to 12, Pro Gold, Lonigan Millam, fifth to 3, Jacques, Steve Vella. The sixth went to 6, Prime Target, Andrew Findlay, a double. 7 to 10, Mukta Cherie, Lincoln Coffee, and the last to 9, Keederman, Kieran McAvoy. First four, 1,425.10. Top 8 for the Bowraville Cup, sponsored by Retire Invest. It's Karate. Michael Ahern for John Shelton, a last start third at Coffs Harbour in an open handicap, behind Hastler Quista. Noble Captive number 5 at $6.20. Placed at Grafton back in June. Number 8, Shamiana, $6.80. Coming off a last start, Tamworth win. Heir to a Fortune, 7.10, number 4. Placed at Port Macquarie last start. Long Vivid, $7.20. And it's won 2 out of its last 3 at Grafton and Port Macquarie. Moving up for the Bowraville Cup, correct weight Launceston the last, El Doc, Leah Goodrick over 3 and 6, trifecta $233. Now the last event on what's been a most successful 2 days of racing at the Sunshine Coast, we head trackside now to Nick Robin.
Yeah, it sure has, Rod. It's been a wonderful time. Larry Olsen's with me right now. We're going to enjoy the Bowraville Cup coming up fairly soon too. Larry at Bowraville, but we're more interested in this assignment, aren't we? The last race here.
Yes, mate. I think we've got nearly another good thing here. The 2, Malimba, looked extremely good in the enclosure. Only had the 2 starts here and winning a second. Looked very, very good in the enclosure. I'm putting the 5, Genteel Boy, in. He's another one I thought looked well. 2 horses I thought really did look well was the 9 and the 10. They're around about the $6, $8 mark. I think they both represent good value and they look good in the enclosure. Don't leave them out, mate. A couple of others that looked all right. Toyal and Pop 11 and the 13 looked all right, but I like the 2 to win this race. 2 from the 5, 9 and 10.
There you go, folks. 2 from 5, 9 and 10. They are the late mail selections from Larry. Gee, I tell you what, they're pretty close at Bowraville for the Cup. Karate's at $4.10 and Noble Captive at $6.20. They're the top 2 there at Bowraville. After Bowraville, of course, race 8, the Sunshine Coast.
It's proud of this bold attendance, and we anticipate a fantastic event here. And we'll hear the roar of the crowd once they commence. There's the red light on top of the stalls for the Bowraville Cup. Stand by as Rex Kelly has a good look at them. 2002, proudly sponsored by the Retire Invest. Highest Caliber the inside, stands well with Noble Captive, the local contenders. In fact, our Noble Captive away racing in the Cup. And beautifully out the inside, the grey Noble Captive is going hard. Well, Shamiana is caught up in a bustle there, and charging forward was Long Vivid. It's in search of the lead from Heir to a Fortune, and look at the grey. The Terry Wells trained Noble Captive gets a beautiful run up on the inside, and again a lot of them get wide as they work up the hill on the first occasion inside the 1,000 and 1,000 metres to travel, and the leader now taking up the rollers. Pace setter Noble Captive clear. Shamiana to second. On the inside was Karate from Long Vivid, a length break back the Regal Centre, who's parked up beautifully. About 4 off the pace, which is Noble Captive, who wheels and deals along in front. A length break the inside, then came Highest Caliber with Heir to a Fortune. Destino's Diamond. Well, it's dropped a bit back toward the tail, and back there in advance of them, or toward the tail was both Don't Miss and Misty Stanza. Well, can the grey keep going? Noble Captive now as they drive towards the 450 metre mark at the Big Papa Gum Tree. Gee, it's going hard. It's got a break of 2 over Shamiana. Long Vivid is starting to come around them, and Karate getting off the inside, but Terry Welsh, he must be excited from here. He's 3 lengths in front with Noble Captive, and Terry Trishel wheeling the Persuader. Go Noble Captive, he says. He's 3, he's 4. He's burst right away from Shamiama. Karate bursting through late was Highest Caliber. Look at the grey go. He shies near the post, but it's all Noble Captive taking out the Retire Invest Bowraville Cup, clear of Highest Caliber. Third in the affair, there's a million of them. They're getting home late. In the middle was Misty Stanza. Down on the fence was Karate with Shamiana out wide. Heir to Fortune. Regal Centre didn't come on. Back down toward the tail was Don't Miss, and in advance of it was Long Vivid, and Destino's Diamond was rather disappointing. Well, we've called this one first in the Phantom Call last night, and what's it returned? $6.30 on the tote, and it has absolutely annihilated the opposition. How do you feel now, Terry Walsh from Bowraville? He was quietly confident earlier in the part of the day. He was just a little bit of worry if they'd taken him on early, but this is just a one-act affair. Noble Captive has left them standing on the point of the turn, and Terry Trishel said, let's go, baby. He opened up with this grey gelding by Captive Edition Cupcake.
Okay, thank you to Robert Brandolini, and a local win, Noble Captive for Terry Walsh. Captive Edition gelding. 6.30, 2.10 over 3 Highest Caliber, $4.10. Craig Franklin and DeFoto finish for third, but Terry Trishel aboard the winner. Noble Captive, there's correct weight at the last at Sandown, 8 on numbers 9, 10, 6 and 2. Last event from the Sunshine Coast, Malumba is the favourite, $4 into 3.40. 2 starts for a Sunshine Coast win 2 starts ago, and a last start second beaten along head by Bush Triumph. 9 scooters, $5.60. 23 starts for 2 wins and 6 minor placings, and coming off a last start Gold Coast win, Danehill Dancer gelding, chestnut in colour with 4 white feet. Bethel at $6.80 and Genteel Boy at $9. Now, 5-3-2 Bowraville on the last, 5, 3 and 2. On the last at Sandown, we have correct weight.
To getting